Officials recently decided to close an elementary school in Mattahunt after years of little apparent progress on student achievement. They decided to make the Mattahunt School an early learning center, and they said the only alternative would have been a takeover by the state. The decision is being opposed by a group of local parents. One of them is with us, the Mattahunt member of the Citywide Parent Council, Aveann Bridgemohan. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, talk about your own experience of this school, because you have a daughter going there, and you heard about this big picture, but what's it like for you?
First of all, this is the only school that my daughter knows. She's been there since K1. She had Miss Tull, and at that point, we didn't even know what the turnaround status was, and the school was already in turnaround status. She had a wonderful year. At the end of that K1, she already knew how to read. When she went into K2, she was reading above her reading level. I mean, she's in 3rd grade now. She's about to take one of the high-stake tests that's going to decide whether the school is really performing or not, based on all the money they've already put into the school. And for her, it's like she doesn't understand what's going on. She's like, Mom, did I do something wrong? Why are they taking the school away from me? I love going swimming. I love going dancing. You know, the school has a lot of great things going on inside of it for the kids. We don't know what level 4 means.
Well, you know, the official word from the school department is more or less that, you know, even despite some changes in leadership at the school, it's stuck in a rut. But how would you see, because there are some problems at the school, how would you diagnose them?
Well, one of the things that I realize now is that a lot of the kids at the school have been classified as African American, when in reality they're Haitian, and they just arrived here, and their first language is Haitian Creole or French. They already know how to speak French, they know how to read French and Creole, but they're not getting the English language learning help. No resources is being put in for those kids.
And I guess that might be reflected in reading scores from the school too.
Definitely.
So parents have another alternative in mind here than just, you know, throwing in the towel. What's the best way to proceed, do you think?
Well, a group of parents, we did go to the board, the state board, and presented our other proposals. And Mr. Sagan and a couple of other members on the board, actually their eyebrows went up and said, oh, this idea of it being an innovative school, K through 5, with a receiver other than outside receiver, someone's name, I don't know the name of the person, but or even, you know, Superintendent Chang as being the receiver, at least someone accountable for what's going to happen in the school. They was like, oh yeah, this could work, and we would actually fund this, you know, going forward. But they said, you know, now it's really a local issue, you know, because the Boston School Committee made the vote beforehand to make the school K through 1.
Now, one impression of the school is that it's great for the early grades, but, you know, once you get farther up, starts to look pretty shaky. Why is it shaky in those upper grades?
This is amazing to me, okay? So, like I said, my daughter's been there since she was 4 and K1. And that little pod of kids are on one floor, the first floor, all by itself. It's almost like a separate area right in the school. And once you go into 1st grade, you go to the 2nd floor of the building. This school is huge. This school can hold up to 900 kids in this school. From K1 to K0 to 1st grade, the school is just the community kids just in the community coming to school, you know, right in Mattapan, Rosendale area, pulling right from there. Once it goes to 1st grade, it becomes a different school, because this is where Boston Public Schools policy, this is a policy of Boston Public School, is that if a kid doesn't have any space to go in any other schools, they come here. They're busting. These are kids who have been expelled from charter schools, expelled from private schools, expelled from parochial schools. They have a lot of behavior issues, a lot of things that they need from people. You know, they need, you know, some way to break out. You know, they can't sit more than 20 minutes, you know. You know, the attention span for them, they need to move and do different things. And they have a lot of pushback from the teachers. They're smart kids, though, very smart kids. But, you know, they're not interested in whatever you're about to give them, you know. So for me, I don't come from that background. I don't know what it's about, but the school has a lot of special ed kids, ADHD, autism, kids who don't want to make eye contact with you, I know there's a special name for it. I can't think of it off the top of my head. And the way how they interact with the staff is very different. It's very struggling for a teacher this is their first time ever teaching. A lot of young teachers in the school who've never taught before, who doesn't know how to control their classroom or manage their classroom, and they don't know what they're dealing with. And these are all inner city kids. I mean, I don't even want to talk about race because I come from an interracial marriage. I have interracial children. I mean, you have white teachers teaching up predominantly black kids. Culturally speaking, you don't know where they're coming from. And they're not even addressing that. They're just saying, okay, let's just close the school and everything's all taken care of.
We're talking with Aveann Bridgemohan from the Citywide Parent Council. Is there any kind of other than that kind of better match in personnel at the school, is there a plan for, let's say, having a special program, something maybe inclusive in the classrooms to teach the kids with special needs more effectively, something for the language needs maybe?
No, they haven't. They just decided we're going to close the school and maybe another school can do a better job for these kids. And they've decided that, we'll just have a transition these kids who are at a level 4 school into a level 3, a level 2, level 1 school, and we'll give them intensive achievement gap enrichment classes for 6 weeks in the summer, which will bring them up to par by September. I'm like, if it was that easy to give them 6 weeks of intensive educational time, why didn't we do that before?
What about the way this is sort of a neighborhood school too? Is this about location or because there are some parents they'll send their kids on Metco or to an exam school and they don't care how far away it is if it's a better school. But what about the parents in this school? Well,
for me, I chose a community school that my daughter could walk to. She likes to watch Mr. Rogers. We ride the trolley. That ancient trolley that takes you down
the
to
orange trolley.
The little orange trolley. She loves it. She knows everybody. On the way there, she says hi to the people at the brothers. She has a sense of community. She knows which way she's going, if she's heading east or west or north or south. She rides her little scooter now. She's looking forward to riding her bike to school. She sees her friends on Messenger Street. They walk with her. They're afraid of the little dogs that rushes them at the gate, little chihuahuas. And in the fall, they climb the apple trees in the neighborhood. I wanted to have a community school, a sense of community and knowing her neighbors. When you bus your kids out in Medco to Concord or Malden, you don't have a sense of community. You don't know your neighbors.
Finally, Aveann, we should mention, Aveann rather, there is a hashtag people should be checking out if they want to keep up to date on what's going on with the Mattahunt.
It's called Save the Mattahunt, Mattahunt K-5. Keep public schools public. There's quite a few of them out there, and we are asking people to contact the mayor. The mayor can help us. The mayor can save the Mattahunt School, to also contact the Boston School Committee to rescind their vote, because they made that vote out of fear of the state taking over the school, out of absolute fear. They didn't have the belief that I have and 200 other parents who signed a petition that we believe in these kids, that these kids can actually perform and do well if they put in the resources for these kids. There's 23 kids in my daughter's class, 28 different languages. Can you imagine that? 28 different languages they speak in that classroom. Some of them are polyglots, 3 languages, 4 languages. They want to embrace this. And we're talking about xenophobia in the whole city with the president, and we're calling ourselves a sanctuary city, and here it is, we're closing an immigrant school. It's very important that people call the mayor and call the Boston School Committee and let them know that they stand with the parents at the Mattahunt School.
Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.
Aveann Bridgemohan. In a moment, we'll hear about a program to help young people turn away from violence.